Hello, Gemini, and welcome to April. The month starts off with the concentration of energy and focus on your 10th Pisces house and the 11th lucky Aries house. Neptune just entered Aries at 0 degrees, which represents the Fool card in the tarot and the degree of new beginnings on March 31st as well. There was a beautiful new moon solar eclipse at 9 degrees, and the portal of energy remains with us 6 to 8 weeks before and after the eclipse, felt strongest and culminating within 6 months by the time of the Aries full moon on October 6th at 14 degrees. This powerful eclipse was in a wide sextile with the planet of transformation, Pluto in Aquarius, from your lucky 9th house of publishing, teachers, gurus, long-distance travel, foreign language, law, legal settlements, just to name a few, helping you transform a dream or goal or set it in motion to see some kind of fruition, in the next several weeks or by the time of the full moon in October. There could be a healing change related to your biggest goals and dreams, wishes come true. You can find help to achieve these dreams via travel somehow or a group that you travel to that can help you. Say if it was like foreign education or college courses that can transform in a big way the things that you're trying to achieve here. It could be an online forum or a group that is able to help you reach a goal or dream that you're trying to accomplish. You could be learning a new language, which will give you access to a whole new group of people as well, as another example. A guide or guru or teacher can be of huge assistance now and over the coming months, or there could be even fated travel and work opportunities that also ties in with money luck as well. There could be significant changes in your social circles for the better, friends that can help you achieve your dreams, financial opportunities, because I see Mars, who rules this eclipse, sitting over your second house of banking and assets. You could be focused on building your resources and security over the next few months due to this eclipse. Especially since you have Jupiter still in your first house, direct now and until June 9th before he moves on into Cancer in your second house. So I think money is a big focus for you and will continue to be over the next year, Gemini. If you're trying to get published, you can do so over the next few months with this aspect for sure. But I also see you having a big surge in your confidence and self-esteem as you go for these opportunities that may arise. April 8th through April 30th, Mercury goes direct in Pisces at 26 degrees, showing a slow but now forward momentum in 12th house career matters such as father figures, government, politics, political figures, government jobs, our titles, and how we're known to the public, being in the public eye, fame, etc. If you had anything at a standstill, you can start to see progress now in this area, but also having to do with first house matters since Mercury rules you and also rules your Virgo 4th house of home and family. Don't sign contracts if you can wait until Mercury's out of shadow, and that will be by April 26. Uranus is in Taurus in the 12th house, sextiling over to the stellium of Pisces in the 10th. The 10th is holding, Venus, North Node, Saturn, Neptune, Mercury. Neptune actually just moved into Aries at 0 degrees on March 31st, but it's still in conjunction with these late degree Pisces planets and points. You can receive downloads for artistic inspiration or creative projects around this time, maybe something that you can make into a career. Ideas or flashes of insight that come to you from the dream world, or receiving unique ideas in a way to make changes to your career that can set you free. You could be letting go of past life karmic relationships and maybe even with ease, or you could be overcoming a health matter, addictions, or winning over someone who held you back or hindered you in that 12th house, as the 12 can represent hidden enemies. It can also free you to see yourself differently through that 10th house window in the public eye. The old way of doing life and career no longer suits you. With the stellium, you want more out of work. You want a purpose. You want maybe a spiritual quest, going on a trip or retreat that can give you the answers that you're seeking to what you want to do or be in the world and the legacy that you wish to leave behind. Venus rules your 12th and has been sitting in the 10th house for a while now. You could have met a romantic interest through work. Venus is exalted in the 10th in Pisces. Maybe they came in through a foreign company, or they are from another company. They could have an accent. This could also be creative talents being brought forth that you didn't even know that you had. Hidden talents that you had that are being discovered, for instance, like Maybe you like to write music or play an instrument and release a TikTok video and it goes viral. And you realize that you can monetize this, via social media, for example. And let's see, you can use these skills to make money. The mundane day-to-day life will definitely not suit you over the next year and a half. You should be focused on mixing creativity in with the work that you want to do, or something that has a spiritual bend to it. Providing services, creating your own nonprofit, a photography business, Instagram channel, creating videos as Neptune rules the camera and film. You can make documentaries, etc. The focus will continue over the next year and few months due to the North Node being in this 10th house. And you will no doubt be changing the job that you do and most likely finding yourself in a more purposeful career with a new title and one that you're happier with. And it may have already happened. This will be a very fated, meant to be change with a stellium here. Last but not least, if you meet a significant love partner, which can happen when we have Jupiter transiting our first, our fifth, or our seventh houses, they could be the reason for this 10th house title change from single to unavailable or married even. April 12th, the full moon at 23 degrees will happen in your fifth house of love and romance, and it trines Jupiter and Gemini in your first house, affecting you most from 19 to 28 degrees, sun, moon, or rising Geminis. But Uranus and Taurus will make a hard aspect to this moon. I don't even want to say hard aspect, it's more in conjunct. And then the stellium and Pisces will also make this in conjunct. Chiron will oppose this moon exact from the 11th house of friendship and communities. What can this look like? There could be difficulty around emotional matters and creativity, or a culmination around a creative project, but you're dealing with the stellium in the 10th that is demanding your focus instead of you wanting to, be in the energy of this, fifth house joy, luck area where there's a culmination. You could be letting go of a creative project to focus on new beginnings and career matters, as an example. That quincunx with like Saturn and Venus in the 10th, it's considered like an awkward energy. So I don't even know that it's bad or anything like that, but it's 150 degrees apart and in signs that just don't know or understand each other. So it could just be like a feeling of frustration with no common energy. Maybe there's something happening that could be the potential for healing that emerges out of difficulty around friendships and coworkers, or having dealt with difficulties and frustrations with your hopes and dreams and trying to achieve them in a 10th house career type of way. You could also be feeling like a push-pull effect between friend groups, or maybe even like a wound that feels like it's being reopened around this time, around fitting in and how you truly wish to express your authentic self, but maybe keeping it hidden so you feel that you can fit into certain groups. Issues can come up around social media and networking and what you want to create, or maybe there were wounds and social experiences that are just from the past and have nothing to do with the here and now, and they're coming up to be healed at this time. And then Jupiter is sextiling Chiron, so again, I think there's actually like a healing happening. And that issue could be rooted in childhood, or like just feeling different or lonely. And there's definitely healing to be had for sure, because you have Jupiter trining this full moon from your first house to the fifth. Jupiter is still protecting you. And Jupiter also rules your seventh house of close partners. But also like your marketplace could be like an audience, a business partner. And then let's see, in your 10th of career, Jupiter also rules your 10th of career. Let's see, the help could be coming through like a teaching project or developing an idea that has to do with children, or the healing comes through this way. Maybe developing a children's book or some kind of good luck is here because the full moon trines your sun, moon, or ascendant. Maybe a business or project you've been working on reaches a happy conclusion, and this is part of the healing story, and this is leading to a new opportunity or public recognition or becoming famous for this. And this is healing how you previously viewed yourself, because we also have that Uranus in the 12th house sextiling this Pisces stellium in the 10th, showing a smooth and sudden shift in perception of how you view yourself, and in a more positive way as you're releasing old patterning and detrimental thoughts about yourself or behaviors. The energy may feel like a little bit odd or uncomfortable at first, like a baby taking its first steps as you're learning how to integrate something in fifth house areas and also your 10th of career. balancing creativity, love, and children with work, reputation, career matters. Again, self-expression as well falls in the 5th. Again, this may not be as difficult for you as for some other signs because Chiron and Aries make sextiles to your sun, moon, or ascendant, and Jupiter is in that first, making a trine to this full moon in the 5th, which also trines you. And I'm actually my Gemini daughter. I think this will end up being very, very good for her. She's a later degree Gemini rising, so this can affect her in a positive way as well. April 13th, Venus goes in direct in Pisces, 24 degrees. Venus is exalted in Pisces, in the 10th house of that Pisces degree, which is pretty significant. You can start to gain momentum now in creative projects, travel for work, using creativity to change your career, public appeal and recognition, finding love while you're working more creatively, loving the work that you're doing, becoming more popular at work or in the public eye at this time. There could be lucky breaks or word of mouth from a prominent woman, or women in general can be helpful to boosting your image and reputation. Your standard of living can improve with all this action, fated action happening up here in the 10th. You'll be less focused on the home in general, though, for a while to come. Also, Venus is moving into a trine with her lover Mars, sitting in that Cancer 2nd house of income and assets. But the 2nd house also covers your face, what you eat, how you value yourself around this date. This could also look like short travel or trips, maybe for business. The 2nd house can be a business house, but it's a self-generating wealth house here. Or maybe you are working on a business with a family member. Your charm and appeal can be more amplified now. You could be driven to increase your sense of security or having some success now with your finances, and finances that you're generating yourself. You can have cosmetic work and have it turn out well, as Mars is direct and being loved up by Venus. Dental work like teeth whitening, work done to the face, simple improvements, maybe like new skincare products. I'll never tell you to go under the knife or do something irreversible, no matter how good the planets might be. I just don't ever want to suggest that, especially because I can't see your whole chart from these generalized horoscopes. But also, we are coming into that Mars-Pluto opposition that's in effect again, and I'll get to that in a moment. I'd like to see Mars in a fire sign and no bad aspects from Pluto or Saturn. However, Saturn is flowing beautifully to Mars right now. But again, I would have a seasoned astrologer check your chart before you do anything major to your face. April 19th through June 18th, Mars is fully awake, ready to rip and roar as he goes into Leo, leaving that watery Cancer 2nd house and moving up to the 3rd. And this energy is now sextiling your sun, moon, or ascendant. So if there had been any problems at home with family members, maybe you're shelling out a lot of money while Mars was burning through that 2nd house of Cancer and naturally causing you grief, you can start to see relief and momentum now as Mars heads into an energy he likes, fire energy, Leo. There can be more fun in expressing yourself within your community, moving around more, accepting invitations to socialize with friends, getting out and about, online. You could be dealing with online dating too, because we'll have that Mars-Venus trine. Sporting events, those like paint and wine night types of deals, taking creative courses or something you can do with your hands, pottery, glass making, whatever. Or building a skill set here to make more money, like it could be something around involving children or self-expression and creativity, as Leo rules all of these things. You could just be feeling happier, less heavy, lighter. Romance can happen, meeting somebody new while you're at a sporting event near home, or even online through some creative venue, or while you're involved in like a drama class or a public speaking event, watching a performance, a play, concert, maybe it's like a speaking event locally, but for work, and that's where you meet someone significant because of this trine from the 3rd to the 10th. There could be a collaboration with someone who messages you, DMs you, reaches out through social media. I think with Venus trining Mars until early June, there's like the sweet spot in love, easing the passion and energy of Mars. Mars rules your 6th house of health and your 11th house of friendship. So maybe you're doing a new exercise routine with friends at a local gym, dance studio, etc. The next 2 months are a great time to move forward with your dreams, your networking goals, internet projects, friendships, social events. Accept those invites, Gemini, especially when the sun heads into your sign around May 21st. Until then, you might feel a little reclusive at times. Health, work, body, diet, day-to-day routines, and implementing new changes. Especially since you had that solar eclipse in the 11th house at the beginning of the month. So I know life sometimes wasn't easy for you, and I'm sure you heard a lot of astrologers telling you how great it would be, having Jupiter on your ascendant. But we did have Saturn making squares to Jupiter, kind of impeding his progress and gifts. It happened in August, December. It'll happen one more time this June before it will be over. And after that, the gifts that he has been trying to give you, will start to show up for you. It's kind of like, Santa leaving the front door, and you're like, wait a minute, where's the gift? And you turn around, you find out there's a big one under the tree. I know there's been some growing pains here since last June, Gemini. I could talk about my daughter as a perfect example. She's a Gemini rising, and boy, it was tough, the past few months. And then bam, all of a sudden there's been so much growth and friendships, school, sports, life overall, her overall health. So hang in there if you haven't seen the changes yet. They're coming. Jupiter a lot of times will expand the good and the bad. He doesn't discriminate between the two. I think we always think of Jupiter as just bringing just the good stuff. Unfortunately, that's not true. But trust that even when the bad is being expanded, it is always leading to a gift after that trial, You have 2 months left hosting him in your first house. So plant those writing seeds, those teaching goals, your social media business, your podcasting, your coffee shop idea, whatever the idea is, sow the seeds now. So you have that imprint of that Jupiterian growth. You don't have to have that book written or the dream manifested by the time he leaves your sign. The most important thing is to plant the idea and take tangible, actionable steps while Jupiter is still here, so it sets you up for the next 12-year cycle. April 20th through May 20th, Sun moves into Taurus, your 12th house, highlighting your need for rest in preparation for the Sun moving into your sign. And you could just be less energetic now, and that's okay. You're not supposed to be fired up until the Sun moves onto your ascendant, May 21st. So rest up, get your beauty sleep, don't be hard on yourself, grab a cup of tea, coffee, wine, watch some good fantasy shows, movies, read, have a spa day, take a sick day, 2 or 3. April 27th, we'll have the new moon in Taurus at 7 degrees in your 12th house. It's felt for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising most from 4 to 12 degrees. You could be trying new ways to dive into healing, like healing modalities through past life regression, meditation. But this is being squared by Mars in Leo, Pluto, and Aquarius, Neptune. Mars and Leo and Pluto and Aquarius are exactly opposite each other at this time. Fortunately, this is the last of the opposition for a while, and this energy is nothing new, so that's another thing, because you have felt this since last November. This has happened twice, and now this will be the last time we'll experience it for a while. This lesson is showing up around power struggles and conflicts, plain and simple. It's the energy between the two. For you, though, as opposed to a lot of the other signs, this may be way easier because Leo sextiles you and Aquarius trines you. So it's really the energy between the two of them. It's like two friends that are fighting and you're the go-between. Where is this crunchy opposition happening? For you, it's between your 3rd Leo house and your 9th Aquarius house. You could be balancing writing, speaking, communication projects, and expressing yourself creatively through your day-to-day actions and thoughts and putting a lot of energy here. Because that's where Mars is, versus the higher 9th house that may be wanting your attention or the bigger picture. And there could be a clash in what's something you always believed to be true, but what your day-to-day experiences are telling you something different. Or you're trying to accomplish something in this 3rd house versus long-distance travel, higher education, etc. Could also be looking like something you are very driven to do in this 3rd house, speaking projects, creating a YouTube series, but you want it to reach a broader scale in that 9th house, and you're struggling and pushing and, trying to accomplish that, like getting a book published, for example. Or on another note, it could be a sibling who's going through this rough patch and it's not you at all. Because again, these energies are making positive aspects to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, early degree Geminis, affecting you most from 0 to 7, 8 degrees. And again, it may not be something new, as you've already seen this energy play out last fall and in January. I think I'll leave it there. It's been a long one, Gemini. And remember that this energy will move fast because Mars is in a fast sign. He's in Leo. He's in a fire sign. He's moving direct. I don't think this will last long. And again, I don't think it will be that bad for you. Per aspera ad astra. through hardships to the stars, Gemini.